Coffee. It is coffee o'clock.
Dude, what are you doing?
Coffee o'clock.
Well, yeah, but it's time to record.
Oh, fuck.
Welcome back to the Late Podcast. This is episode 8. You are back with myself, Jared, Hunter, and Matt.
What it do?
How's it going, everybody? Alright, tonight it's the day after Labor Day. So how was your guys' Labor Day? What'd you guys do?
Well, myself, I went to the air show all weekend. So, it was the Cleveland Air Show. I mean, it was great. Like, it's always a good experience, but there was only a couple, like, flybys, like, where I was sitting at a marina, but I mean, it could have been better. We had the Thunderbirds here. It wasn't all that great, but the Blue Angels are always where it's at. So, but it was all right.
Nice.
It was really windy too, so
Yeah.
it probably affected it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yesterday on my way home from work, because I had to work on Labor Day, I saw a couple of the Thunderbirds go over 480, and that was pretty cool and scary at the same time. Driving home, you just see these jets go right above you, and you're like, what? Oh, yeah, the air show.
Yeah, right.
How are you, Matt? How was your Labor Day?
Not too bad. Just worked and took a nap.
Nice.
About it.
How long a damn nap was that?
2 hours.
What about the rest of your Labor Day weekend?
Worked.
Hmm.
Didn't do much of anything.
How about you, Hunter?
Yeah, it was good. I hung out with Matt most of the time, and I realized that we are like a married couple at times. We fight, yell at each other, mainly me yelling at him most of the time.
I know.
Yeah.
But other than that, not too bad.
And sometimes it even carries over into our group chats.
Yeah.
But that is what it is. Well, if this episode's kind of bland, it's because we don't have anything planned. It was a long weekend, and we're just trying to get our episode in here. But we're gonna try our best here.
Yeah.
We can talk a little bit about how I think we're doing pretty well. I mean, we got our episode continuous, like on the same dates, like really good
Yeah.
of the week. But one thing that I like to see is that, what is it, episode 3?
Yeah.
Is it 27 views? And it's also on, like, it's the 4th search when you look up the Late Podcast. So
And to those of you listening, that might not seem like much, but to us, that means something. It means
it
we're
really
we're
does.
getting out there a little bit.
with not really
About little.
throwing it out there anywhere, with our first episode really being on Facebook only, and
Yeah.
then moving it over to YouTube on our second episode, it's kind of a big thing because we're still not out there that much. We're still kind of just on Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
So we want to branch out a little more. We talked about that a little bit at the last episode.
Right.
We're trying.
So, who would you guys like to see on as our guest next?
I think-
Honestly, anyone.
I think for, what is it gonna be, Thursday? Yeah, I think we want to have Josh on for this Thursday, and we're gonna try and keep our guests to our Thursday podcast. So if our Tuesday ones are kind of just like us, because we want to like have our own conversations talking about something that happened over the weekend or something. But I think our Thursdays are gonna be guest oriented. And this past Thursday we had Jordan. I think this Thursday we're gonna have Josh. Next Thursday
Parker.
is gonna be Parker, right?
Yeah.
Because that'll be after the Browns game. And the week after that, we don't even have anyone planned yet.
I was
But
thinking
we're
either,
gonna try, right?
looking at the list here, I was thinking either
I mean, we can always
Man.
bring Paul back,
I was
but
gonna
Yeah.
say.
our one friend Caleb or
what about
Frank that I
I was
used to
gonna say
work with.
Frank.
Yeah, he's been asking about when he can come on. It's like
We can bring Jordan back
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he can come on whenever.
anytime.
And quite frankly, if anyone wants to come on and talk about anything or want topics for us to talk about, I mean they're free to.
Yeah, and we heard that. Where does Savannah Hall live now? Isn't it West Virginia?
Why are we
Okay.
skipping over this?
A friend of ours that used to go to school with us, she moved away to either West Virginia or Virginia, and we
somewhere.
we heard that
So-
she watches our podcast and really
Oh, she
enjoys
does?
it. Yeah, and in my opinion, that's something that's really cool. That
Yeah.
someone
That is
stays
really
away
cool, yeah.
or stayed away, enjoys the podcast and likes watching it.
I haven't talked to her since.
More, more
last
people
class that I
watching,
had.
the better.
Yeah,
It was like Mr. Claypool, I believe. The last time I talked to her.
Mr. Claypool's awesome.
Oh, I know.
I miss him as a teacher.
He was a great teacher.
I'll never forget how he told me. He was like, I don't want you guys to follow in my footsteps, but once I skipped school to go see a Blink 182 concert, I was sitting waiting for the bus. A cop saw me. Next thing you know, I'm back at the school in the principal's office explaining why I wasn't in class that day and why I was trying to go to a Blink 182 concert.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm just gonna backpedal a little bit here, but I was gonna say, why are we skipping over this person, and then you just like interrupted me. I don't care, but we're skipping over Todd.
Yeah.
We need to have him on one of these
Yeah.
podcasts because like he was one of the originals, that we all used to hang out together. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad if we
Originators.
don't have him on in one of the early episodes. So
Yeah.
Alright.
well, then I think we're gonna try and reach out to some bigger name people that we know that we went to school with
Yeah.
to try and bring on, and like once we get into like teens and stuff. But
Yeah. Eventually, like Ryan Dangler.
yeah, we would love to have him. He was our quarterback in high school. I played football with him. Didn't you have a class with him?
Yeah, we had a business foundation together.
Yeah, and then he's also got a massive channel like himself, 150,000 subscribers or
And
something.
doesn't he do like fitness stuff?
He just like fitness, weightlifting, and then shows his training route for being a power lifter for OSU.
I was gonna say, just look at the kid. He looks like a Greek god.
Right.
It's all just kind of like vlogging, kind of, but where he started to where he is now is amazing, and he didn't do any steroids. It was all just meal prep
Yeah.
and stuff, and what he did for meals. But when I played football with him, he was like skinny, tiny,
Right.
and then because I was young and so was he. But
Right.
then it was like that was like 7th grade, and then 8th grade or 9th grade is when he started like on his
Bulk up.
workout regimen, and then like he got huge within the 4 years of high school.
Yeah.
Right.
During business foundation, dude was huge. I would have thought that he was like a senior or one of those guys who got held back and was
Yeah.
still a senior again with like his massive size.
Yeah, the man was huge
Right.
and very, very smart.
Yeah.
He's very smart, and he was a three sport athlete every year, I believe. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Location.
Our business foundation teacher, she hated all of us except for Ryan.
of course.
Yeah, she would always like, oh, ha ha ha, or like drool all over him. The one day, I forgot who it was. It was some guy who worked at Royal Donut off of Snow and State,
Uh-huh.
and he had brought in donuts since he worked there, and it was like the only time I saw her happy with the rest of the class, other than when it came to Ryan, because this dude brought donuts in, everyone was happy about it, everyone was doing their work, she was pleased with everyone. Every other day of the week, she hated everyone except for Ryan.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's donuts, who doesn't get happy when those are around?
Yeah. Exactly. But who else who do you think we can have? Besides like bigger name people that we know, like, because there's some people we're just not gonna get, like,
You know
it's not
what?
gonna happen. I don't even think we'll be able to get Ryan, but it'd be really cool if he was willing to help us out.
You know, one of these days, if he's in town, we could try to get the old man on.
Yeah.
Oh, your dad?
Yeah. That would be a fun episode.
That'd be a long episode.
Yeah. That'd probably be about an hour and a half to 2 hour long episode.
Yeah. I feel like I'd have to play cards with him as we're
Right.
going. That's when he brings up his best stories.
And so you know who we could try to have on? He's friends with Paul too. Matt Bishner. He just started his own band.
Matt who?
Mitchner.
Do I know him?
Is he playing like any gigs?
think. Yeah, he just started his own band.
Here, let me try to find him. You said Mitchner?
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
also just like friends we know and stuff like we can have Alex on.
Alex.
Candy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can.
I totally forgot about
he
him.
called me the other like a couple weeks ago and like FaceTimed me out of nowhere. So I was like,
For real?
Yeah, we were at the
Yeah.
gym on Saturday, and I could have sworn I seen his Ford Explorer. Turned out to be somebody else.
he doesn't see his Ford Explorer like not blew up on him, but like
It's gone.
It's gone. He doesn't
Really?
have it anymore. I don't know what he has now. I think it's like a Hyundai or something, but it's
Huh.
like it's like just a car now. He doesn't have any SUV anymore. But he told me that it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, I kind of remember Matt Mitchner now.
Nah.
And he's got a good beard going on too.
Yeah, I forgot what it was on, but I had seen a picture of him, and he had a pretty good beard going on.
Yeah.
Makes me miss my beard a little bit.
But definitely should have him on sometime.
Yeah.
He'd be fun.
I don't think we should bring up the water bottle experience, though.
I don't think we should bring up the milk bottle.
Right.
The milk carton.
Everything should go through a review.
I don't think we should bring up anything about 8th grade.
Right.
You would literally spit on the ground. That was disgusting, by the way.
When you gotta spit, you gotta spit.
Yeah,
Oh, come on.
you had an empty milk carton or you had the ground. You chose the ground.
I had to make a statement, you know. Had to assert dominance. Good times, though.
Good times, for sure.
We could always have, like, your dad, or maybe far-fetched by your brother.
I think it would be easier to get my brother than my dad.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm not gonna lie, my dad is a very busy man right now.
Right.
It's like we go down to Pounders, the whole setup, just, hey, come over here. Let's do a quick segment with you.
I mean, they do have a karaoke section, but
Yeah.
their karaoke, like, they're done with karaoke now. But we could set up there,
Yeah.
so, and do like a live podcast.
Yeah, almost like sports talk.
Yeah.
But instead of sports talk, bar talk. Going up
Just
to the
people
bar
random
for his
stuff.
third shot. It's Randy. Oh, Randy's going down. Oh, look out, look out. It's Jackson coming up for his 8th shot.
Well, I don't know if you can do that, but I'm just saying we can do a live podcast.
You know, Bill, I don't think I've seen anything like this before. Tiffany, she's on her 36th shot of tequila, and she's still standing. I know, Bob. Tonight, she is unstoppable.
When we get like I'm not gonna say when we do, but hopefully if we do, like get bigger and stuff, maybe we can get some far-fetched out people.
Right.
You know, but who knows?
Maybe we could get local celebrities,
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm saying. So my cousin knows MGK.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe we could get MGK when he's in town.
My cousin parties with him all the time.
Nice.
What cousin is this?
His name's Tyler. He's my mom's cousin's oldest son.
Huh.
So he's really cool too. Like, he's fun to hang around. Like, always a good time. But I don't see him that often. So
Yeah, I was
only at
gonna
like
say-
family gatherings.
I was going to say, maybe try to bring it up very nonchalantly and be like, hey, I've got this podcast going. I'd love to have you on. And then later on, after we have him on, be like, hey, why don't you bring one of your elbow rubbing buddies, MGK, on over too?
See, now the thing is, he lives in Aurora.
Ooh.
So
Maybe when Colson comes into town for the 27 Club, since that's just right downtown.
yeah, right. Colson would be easier, except he'd be very difficult to get on the podcast.
Right.
Hey,
He's probably out partying.
man.
Probably out partying with like Travis or somebody, just getting those wicked drum beats going.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't
But
it
I
be-
have we have a route to getting him, but it's just I feel like we have to build up a little more.
Stretch.
It's a
In a-
stretch, but it
In a
could
way,
work.
I could see him being like, you know, their local Cleveland guys. He was a local Cleveland guy. He'd probably support
He's
it.
I've heard that he's very like supportive of like a lot of people and stuff, and he's very understanding because that's how he came about, you know.
Yeah.
So it was basically like friends and family, and then he just had a really good hit song, and then he just blew up. You know?
Right.
So
Kind of like how we started with Facebook, now we're on YouTube. We got one really good video, and
yeah, I mean, right now we have one good video that's getting a lot of views somehow, and I don't know if they're 27 of our friends. I
Right.
believe like 17 of them are our friends.
it'd be really great if it was like people we don't know at all, and they're just listening. They're like, these guys are great. What would be really great if we could start getting some comments going.
That'd be great. But
Yeah.
you know what I do? I literally like go to bed at night, and then like while I'm laying in bed, sometimes I'll be like thinking, like, what if I just like wake up tomorrow, and there's like 5,000 views on one of our videos? I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Be like, someone watched our podcast, shared it, and then it just went into a loop. And
Send it
I
to
don't know
your
what
cousin.
happened. I would love to, but I don't know if.
Be like, hey,
This is what we got to offer. Would you like to come
Or-
on, and then like maybe we can get into a chain and getting more people? It'd be
or
great.
what you do first, be like, hey, I don't know if you're in the podcast or not. I'm starting a podcast. Send it on over to him. Once that thought starts spiraling, that my cousin has a podcast. Once he watches a couple episodes, maybe get some feedback. Be like, hey, would you want to come on?
Yeah, right.
Think of it like a business deal.
We could. I mean, you know what the problem is gonna be is
If
we're
you
talking
watch-
about it right now.
Goes back, watches this episode. Wait a minute.
We're gonna have to take this episode down.
You know what? Stop. Cut.
Re-record another episode 8.
Right.
But it'd be great to have some people on like that.
Or what would be really cool, since your mom seems to pull some strings from time to time to meet like Indians players or Browns players.
It's not she pulls strings. It's just they show up to her work.
Right.
Well-
They're just looking to buy cars.
It'd be great. What I would love to have is Carlos Santana, but he unfortunately has moved. He plays for the Kansas City Royals now, so it'd be a little
Ooh.
difficult.
Yeah.
You ain't kidding.
But yeah, if my mom has a lot of football players and people that come in all the time. So, I think it's right over by Matt on Ridge, like a little bit before Wallings on Ridge. Well, right before Royalton, about a mile before Royalton, and then Wallings is right after Royalton. Of
Yeah.
course. By
How's
Matt.
that? Other way.
No, it goes Royalton if you're coming down Broadview this way.
Oh, yeah.
Not if you're going down not if you're going down Ridge. If you're going down Ridge towards
Yeah.
Cleveland. Not if you're going down. I'm going Ridge
Yeah.
north. If you're going Ridge north, Wallings is
Yeah,
after
I-
Royalton.
yeah,
the other way. So
You don't need to explain it. Yeah, I
there's
know what you mean.
a famous. I don't know. He's famous. All right. He is the voice of the Browns that lives like 2 miles down from Matt.
Really?
Yeah, on
No
Ridge.
shit.
I wonder where Tom Hamilton lives.
Yeah, right? But there's a lot of people that are in the area that are just secretively there.
Right.
Right.
You know?
Living below their means.
Right. I mean, no. Not below their means. They have huge houses. But you just don't know about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Almost like the Damaco guys.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have known it was them. You would have thought it was just some big house back there.
Right.
Turns out they got a whole lot. They got a whole cul-de-sac to themselves.
Yeah. The Geronimo.
Yes. Yes.
The Geronimo family.
Whole neighborhood.
Yeah, they've got a whole development for their family. But what's also crazy is when you go to like football games or baseball games and stuff. We went to it was like the first, no, it was when the year before OBJ came to Cleveland,
Mm-hmm.
and he got injured in a preseason game against the Browns.
Uh-huh.
The seat next to me was OBJ's ma.
Damn.
I didn't know that. OBJ got injured, and then she just stood up, walked away. I didn't know who it was. They just had a 13. I didn't know who it was, and I was like, oh, probably an OBJ fan and wanted to leave.
Right.
Right.
So, came back like in the fourth quarter, and I was like, and then my dad tells me that's OBJ's mom. I'm like, what?
Looking over, taking that like.
Well, because we're on like the
side
50,
Snapchat
we're on
picture,
like the 50-yard line.
Right.
No, I wasn't gonna be like pictured. I just wasn't doing that.
I'm sure she would have been cool about it.
I don't know. Her son just got injured, tore an ACL.
Ew, look at him now. Would have paid dividends.
Yeah, right. But you always just run into these things and you just don't know about it.
I think, doesn't Baker live around the Westlake area, around Crocker?
Yeah, he lives in Westlake.
Yeah. I work right over by where he lives.
Yeah, I know. You know, Kevin Stefanski lives in like North Ridgeville or something,
Really?
and he was at the North Ridgeville high school game just like 2 days ago or 3
Really?
days ago. Yeah,
Damn.
he was like talking to their coach.
Nice.
It's like Kevin Stefanski, the head coach of the Browns,
Yeah.
is giving you advice to how to run your football team, and then their football team plowed over that team. So,
Hey, bud, run it this way.
Very controversial thought here. What if Stefanski's the next Belichick?
I mean,
Could be. I mean, it's not really a stretch.
it's not a stretch at all.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, but we did have Belichick. You do know that the Browns had Belichick,
Yeah, but we sucked. We have Stefanski now. We
but
rock.
Belichick wasn't a head coach when he was a coach for us.
Right.
He was not a head coach. He got a head coaching job
Yeah.
for the Patriots, and that's who he really wanted to go to. And then he got a head coaching job offer, and then he went there. And Belichick was the deciding factor of why they got Tom Brady, because Tom Brady was the 300 and something pick.
Yeah.
No one wanted him, but
Yeah.
Belichick was like, I want him. So if Belichick stayed with us, Tom Brady would have been ours, and then you never know.
Yeah.
You
People
know.
would be bandwagoning the Browns.
Yeah, well, now he's in Tampa. He's where he wants to be.
Yeah.
He wants to be in the warm weather.
Like all the, not to be rude, old people going down to Florida.
Well, yeah, and he's old.
Dude's only like, what, 43?
Yeah, so
He's not that old.
It's like the same age
8-time
as your
Super Bowl
dad.
champion. He's younger than my dad, I believe. I don't know. Look
he's,
it up.
he's way younger than my dad, I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
He is 44 years old.
So you were pretty close.
Yeah.
August 3rd, 1977.
Yeah, my dad was about 8 years old when he was born.
Yeah, right?
But yeah, with the way Stefanski's coaching's going, pretty sure, pretty soon, he might be the next Belichick when it comes to head coach.
All right, well, let's not jinx it.
Knock on wood. Good thing the table's made of wood.
Let's not jinx it because we do have to make it to the Super Bowl first.
Yeah.
All right?
About like 20 times.
So,
Right.
I don't think, I mean, they only lost 4 Super Bowls, I think, in their whole entire legacy. I don't know. Matt, fact check me.
What, for the Patriots?
Yeah. So he has pretty good odds.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong though, because I think Tom Brady like had a 48% chance odds the last time he was in the Super Bowl to win the Super Bowl. So he
Right.
could be like 50-50.
Right.
You know, he wins or not. You know, which was crazy to find out was when he was in the Super Bowl. Steph Curry has a 43. Is Steph Curry the best 3-point shooter of all time? 43% chance of making a 3-pointer every time he shoots the ball, like in game.
Right.
And Tom Brady has a 48% chance of winning the Super Bowl every time he goes to the Super Bowl. Tom Brady has a higher odds of winning the Super Bowl than Steph Curry has of making a 3-pointer. Okay, so the Patriots have appeared in 11
times.
11 times and they
Winning
won
6.
7.
7.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 6 because Tom Brady won 7. I don't know why I said 8 earlier.
Well, he just
Steelers
won.
also have 6.
Well, Yeah, but the Steelers didn't do it in the same time frame that the
No.
Patriots have.
Right.
I mean, the Patriots have done 6 under the same coach and the same quarterback.
Right.
You know, so
Which, that's phenomenal.
exactly. I mean, but they basically did a 50-50 there of showing up 11 times,
Yeah.
winning 6 out of 11. I mean, you didn't win 5 of those. You know.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
Mm.
So, and they didn't ever appear in a Super Bowl until Bill Belichick and Tom Brady were on the team.
Yeah.
That was their first Super Bowl appearance was with them too. So, and you know who won that game for them was the Colts retired kicker now. What was his name? Crap. Can you look that up? But amazing kicker, like he had like the longest career as a kicker, I believe, and like was the most successful kicker of any kicker
Damn.
ever. And he played under Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. So, I mean, there's a reason he was very successful,
Right.
you know?
What? This guy right here?
Adam Vinatieri, yes. Amazing kicker. I don't know if he did retire. I believe he did though.
2019, it says last year was the
So
Colts.
he retired.
Well, yeah, shit. Anyone who played with Peyton Manning, they're like a god, probably.
Yeah, right.
He's 48, so he'll be 49 this year.
I believe he had like a 20 or 23 year career.
Damn.
Uh-huh.
Like, does it say?
Career history: Amsterdam Admirals, 1996, and he played with the Patriots, 96 through 05, and then the Colts, 06 through 2019. So that's
Gee,
13, 14 years.
really?
Yeah.
Does Eli Manning still play?
96 to 19.
Yeah, 96 to 19 is 13 years.
That's a little more than 13, bud.
Oh, yeah.
That's 23 years.
Yeah. The hell am I talking about? My math is off. That would have been 06 to 19. My bad.
Yeah,
that's 23
That's 23 years.
Yeah, Eli
See,
Manning.
kids, pay attention in math class.
Eli Manning's career ended in January of 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought he was
Well,
still playing.
Eli Manning got benched 2 years ago
Yeah.
to a rookie, Josh Jones, I believe. And then he really didn't see a lot of playing time, so he kind of threw in the rag.
Yeah.
No one's gonna pick me up, and I'd rather not leave the team that drafted me. So
Yeah.
Right.
he kind of threw in the rag and was like, "All right, I'm done." And the only reason Peyton Manning left the Colts was because the Colts didn't believe in him after he got his neck injury.
Right.
And
then he
Peyton
went.
Manning was like, "All right, fine," and he left, went to Denver, won a Super Bowl. Was like, "I'm done."
It's like, really? You know who you're talking about here, right?
So, and I'm pretty sure when he was on his run to the Super Bowl, he had to make a couple plays where he was like down to like 26 seconds on the clock and he needed a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
And he, man, he drove down the field 80 yards and got that touchdown.
Good old Omaha.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of amazing players out there. I would love to say that Baker would be another one.
Yeah.
But the problem with Baker is his height.
Mm-hmm.
He has great maneuverability for a quarterback. He's got great arm strength, and he's got great wide receiver like
Agility.
attention.
Yeah.
Like he knows where his wide receivers are. He knows where everyone is on the field at all times, and he's great at that. But his height is what fails him.
Right.
6'1".
Right. I knew he was 6'1". He's my height.
Right.
I mean, you've got a 6'6", 6'7",
I mean, Patrick
Lineman.
Mahomes is only 6'3".
but those 3 inches help a lot.
They really do.
That's 2 inches.
I'm sorry, 2
Well,
inches help a
yeah,
lot. But I'm
I know what
saying,
you mean.
but when you've got a 6'6", freaking lineman, 350,
Coming
don't know
at
how
you,
much.
hands up.
250 pounds running at you at a 4'9", 40 dash
Right.
with their hands
Right.
up that makes them 7'2". It's kind of hard to throw that ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the overall way the game's is like being played is changing in a sense because now they're having quarterbacks do more than just like, hey, throw the ball to that guy.
Well,
that
I
guy's
know.
gonna run.
Well, that's what
So-
happened
so-
in his rookie class.
Right. So that's why, in a sense, I think it's beneficial.
I think
In the
Patrick
sense that
Mahomes
Baker
changed the game
Mayfield
like
is
that.
because
Yeah.
game's changing in a sense of that way, and it's like
Yeah.
okay, it's helping him with it because now he's like if he has to run with it.
Right.
I mean, 6'1". I mean, he's
He's got the good agility, and he can run and he can throw on the run really good, but no one can do it like Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
I mean, that man, not only does he have the extra 2 inches on Baker, but he has the awareness on Baker.
right.
That man can throw no look passes all day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he could be like that because he knows the wide receivers over there. He can just throw it across his chest because he knows the wide receivers over there. And when you got Tyreek Hill running at 4.2, 40 yard dash, and he's just throwing the ball across his chest, you know Tyreek Hill's going to get that.
Right.
That man is a bullet. I mean, he's short, but man, can he run.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you hit him in the open, he's gone. No one's going to catch him. But another great wide receiver, DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That man is huge and can run anyone on the defense down if they make an interception.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that one play where on the Cardinals, where the Cardinals got an interception and DK just ran them down
Yeah.
from like all the way on the other side of the field, all the way and tackled him at like the 5 or something? The man was Usain Bolt out there.
Man, running like a damn gazelle.
I think they said Showtrack showed him at like 20 miles per hour.
Damn.
I was like, whoa. And he's a truck.
Right.
Whoa. Imagine that running at you.
Better be on his good side.
Yeah, I hope you're not on the opposite team of DK
Right.
Metcalf. If DK Metcalf was a defensive player, that'd be scary.
Talking about football, it just came to my mind. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago how the whole thing came out about that fake high school football team, Bishop Sycamore, where they were
No.
supposed to play Ignatius? You didn't hear about that?
No,
How
no,
did you
no.
not hear about that?
I didn't hear about it.
It was these like big, 30-year-old,
Grown men.
400-pound grown men, and they went up and
Lost to high schoolers.
I'm
They
not sure.
really did?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought
but
it
they
was
played
fake.
Ignatius.
Well, yeah, it's Ignatius.
And I guess it aired it on ESPN, and it's not even a real high school team. It's not even a
I
real
have to
high
see
school.
this game.
Yeah, I forgot what team it was, but it was someone around here. They recently just canceled the game because it was against that Bishop Sycamore, and they were like, no, we're not. Pretty sure it was North Ridgeville. They just canceled the game.
Are you
Again.
sure it wasn't North Royalton?
Might have been. One of them. They canceled against Bishop Sycamore.
I'm not gonna lie, North Ridgeville crushed us when they played us, but Normandy sucks as it is. But
These are grown men.
well, I know it could have been Paddle too, because Paddle last year was pretty good. I want to say.
I didn't keep up with Padua.
Nah, don't worry about it. I haven't heard of that team, but I want to go back and try and watch that game because that would probably been funny to watch because that's like if you took, hold on. If you took like, basically like the Browns 5 years ago, more than 5 years ago, let's say 10 years ago,
Right.
and put them against insane Ignatius, that would be probably this team playing them, you know,
Yeah.
and that would have been the Browns losing to Ignatius. Like, come on. I mean, I believe every year Ignatius and St. Ed's has a game at the stadium.
Really?
At First Energy Stadium, I believe they have a game. So, you know, I went somewhere, I want to say when I went to Toledo once or something, I was talking to some guy that was from Cincy, and we were talking about it in high school football. He goes, and he was talking about schools around him. I'm like, I don't know any of those. And I just started rambling off schools by me, and I said St. Ignatius and St. Ed's, and he goes, wait, I know those two schools. I was like, you do? You're from Cincinnati. He goes, yeah, but they're also always in the state championship, basically.
Right.
Well, you're not wrong.
Right. Hell,
He also knew Menor. I was like,
damn.
well, that's a city, but like, yeah.
This one family came into work today. Their son is going to be going to St. Ignatius, so I know a future high school state champion.
Yeah, right. Well, if he plays football.
Yeah, because he's doing football and lacrosse.
Yeah. So, it'd be cool to see, like Ignatius face, who is it? I think Notre Dame University. I think they have a football team. It'd be cool to see them face off.
Right.
Right.
Because they're pretty close to each other as is. Like, the schools.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to see Ignatius play their college team.
What?
Because I believe Notre Dame College is a D2 college.
I don't know.
It's Notre Dame University. It's not the Notre Dame
Yeah.
University. It's the one in Cleveland.
Right.
I'd like to see St. Ignatius or St. Ed's play OSU.
Okay, I was gonna say that. Then I switched my mind to Notre Dame University because I was like, "What's the closest D2 school?" And then I was like, the only reason I didn't say OSU was because they did just go to the Nationals championship. Like, I'm gonna say that they're pretty good, and they're not a high school team gonna get destroyed by them.
Yeah. It'd almost be like the Browns now going against the Patriots 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I still wouldn't say the Browns now though. I have faith in our Browns.
All right, the Browns
10 years ago. 2 years ago, we were the same thing we are right now.
Not as good though. We were pretty.
Okay, the only person we didn't have was Kareem Hunt. No, we had Kareem Hunt.
About
Never
this
mind.
2014 season. Fair?
Don't give me flashbacks.
0-16.
Johnny Vince. Oh.
Johnny Football. Johnny Football. Do you remember how he was supposed to be like
The
hot
great,
shit?
yeah, the greatest quarterback.
Yeah, right.
Did he end up like going to jail?
Oh yeah.
I don't think so. But can we break for a second? I need to go to the bathroom.
We're gonna take a quick break. Here's a word from our sponsor. Do you like supporting local musicians? My name's Hunter Hogan, and I'm trying to start a band. If you are interested in playing drums, bass, or guitar, please follow me at the Hunter Hogan Experience, and I will try to get back to you. I am looking for local musicians so we can start a local band and blow up and put Cleveland on the map for rock and roll once again. All right.
Sorry for that break. I had to go to the bathroom.
That was a word from our sponsor. All right. Let's get back into it.
What were we? Wait, were we talking about football? Football. That's right.
How long
right.
was that pee break?
It was more than a pee. I didn't spray. I didn't spray anything for your bathroom.
Oh, great. Better crack that window.
I didn't do that either.
Oh, my Lord.
And I'm pretty sure I closed the door to let it brew for you. At least I flushed.
My
You
cur-
self-centered asshole.
My curtains are going to catch on fire now.
Oh, they're not gonna.
And the
catch
whole
on fire. They're
the-
gonna
The,
shrivel up and
the
die.
whole
plastic-
shower.
The plastic shower curtain,
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to start
Melt.
melting,
Yeah.
Ball.
deteriorating.
Mine don't smell.
My carpet's going to just...
Mine don't smell that bad.
Mm-hmm.
So how about that sponsor? I'm joking. I'm gonna be honest. We took like 10 minutes to decide what we were gonna talk about for that sponsor.
Yeah, we kind of had to wing it there. It was almost like as if...
He said we need. This is a word from our sponsor. We didn't have a sponsor at all.
Yeah, I kind of just winged it.
You know, when we get merch, that'll be our sponsor until we get actual sponsors.
Quick, let's get a hold of Custom Ink.
I know somebody for merch.
Yeah, Jordan.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying I know an actual like people that make like
Who?
She's basically my aunt. My dad's friend Tommy, his wife.
Mm-hmm.
She has her own business of printing shirts and hoodies and
Okay.
all that stuff. and they have like like a big printing press, like stuff like that. It's her family business.
Down in the comments, what should our merch logo be?
I just have to reach out to her and stuff. So, I think we do have to make up a logo for the banner or
Yeah.
the logo of the YouTube page,
We'll get it together.
because if we're using like sunsets and sunrises for the covers of the podcast, like itself, like the episodes when they go up, I feel like we should change the backgrounds and stuff of the banner or something. Maybe we can keep the banner as a sunset and just put the late podcast over top of it. Do like an edit like that. But
I'll try to
the
do
little
something.
icon, do something different.
Maybe what we could do for the logo, have like a sunset or like a night sky, a microphone, and a cup of coffee. Especially since just about every episode.
Okay, can you put in the late podcast somewhere in there?
Yeah,
All right, good.
because we are sponsored by
Speaking of
Coffee
which-
O'Clock Inc.
Coffee o'clock. You. Do we still have the graphics?
Yeah.
Okay, we haven't adjusted those at all anyway.
No,
All right, well we'll have to
especially because
think of some ideas for that.
I make them the same way every time.
Right. If you guys hear a fan going on, that's the computer. I'm sorry, it's been running for a while.
Or the water cooler
Right.
in the corner.
Or that.
I opened the office up, and the first thing that popped up was one of the letters I wrote to you at boot camp.
Oh jeez. Did you date it?
Yeah.
August 10th, 2020. Jeez, that was over a year ago.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I've got a bunch in my notes.
Oh, okay. You do?
Yeah, September 12th, 2020, September 1st, 2020, August 12th, 2020.
I date all my documents and file them.
Yeah.
I just did that so we'd have a time frame of when I wrote it.
Right.
and try to
I
send it out.
appreciated the time frame because it helped me.
You like that I sent you stuff like with news? Like what was
I
going
did
on?
actually appreciate that, and then
Yeah,
you
did
sent
you
me
ever get
pictures
my-
and stuff.
Yeah, did you ever get my pictures too? Or no?
You get the picture of the trucks?
I did.
I don't know what pictures I sent, but I remember sending you pictures.
Of what?
I just said I don't remember. I just remember attaching it.
Well, I don't know. Probably. I probably got them.
Yeah.
If they were in the letter, I got them.
All right.
Because we got to a point where I just stopped sending letters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get your
you
phone
just started
back.
calling.
Well, yeah, because I got my phone back and stuff. So
You'll never forget the first FaceTime call I got from you.
Yeah, we were driving.
Yeah, we were just leaving Bob's mom's
We're like,
house.
oh my god,
And I was like,
Jared.
who's calling? Jared. Jared!
yeah.
And then I pick it up and you're bald and Matt's taking pictures.
Meh.
Yeah, right. Well, I think we got about 10 more minutes. We
Yeah.
can go. But yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
But let's not talk about that. We were just talking about the fans and stuff. All right, never mind. About our graphic though, I was gonna say I think I like the way that it is.
Mm-hmm.
I would appreciate more feedback in the comments.
If you guys could do that, that'd be pretty cash money.
And
Right.
like and subscribe and share.
Definitely share and subscribe. A couple likes would be great.
But I was gonna say the graphic. I know we have a certain limitation,
Yeah.
but I think in the future when we have a little bit more of ability, we should probably change it up a little bit,
Yeah.
modernize it a little more.
Well, Matt, you're pretty good with Photoshop, right?
I think I've got Photoshop on here. I'm not exactly the best, but I'm good.
Because maybe we can try to put something together on there.
Yeah. You know, ironically, I'm trying to piece something together as we speak.
Or maybe what we do for our picture for now, that old picture of the three of us from the hockey game.
Oh jeez, God, no.
You still have that?
I
Yeah.
do. That was like 8th grade.
Yeah, but that was like fucking 10 years ago.
What?
No.
like 6, 5.
6, 7, 10. It's all about the same.
How long ago was that? That was what was that? My brother's senior year.
Maybe
No,
his
your brother's
sophomore.
senior year.
Or no, junior year.
Junior year
Junior
was
year.
our 8th grade year.
Yeah, so it was his junior year.
That was what we graduated 2 years ago now. Well, not 2 years ago yet, but like not this past year,
Yeah.
but the season before that. So that's 1, and then plus 4, almost 5. It's like 6 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a while ago, and I don't think we should do that.
Ain't never hurt no.
And when do we want to start getting into video?
Whenever we can get money together for a camera that we can manipulate with the microphones, that we can hook up to the computer.
Well, to record the video and audio, what do we have to use?
Well, we're gonna need a decent camera.
Well, I know, but I'm just
And
saying, like,
either-
we can split that up 3 ways.
And either
Since you
Okay.
work now.
a camera that has one big boom mic attached to it,
I'd rather not.
or
I'd rather still have, like, the mics with us, because that's more of, like, a casual, like, podcast and stuff.
Yeah.
Rather than having, like, this big setup of a mic and stuff.
well,
so.
there's some that you can get with like certain attachments. That
Yeah.
we can hook the mics up to, or if anything, what we could do, we could like set up the camera, get the audio ready, and then mix the two together, make a marker so it's like and go, and then we match it up that way.
You know what we can do, too? I don't know if your dad would like it.
Oh boy.
But the basement, you know how it's still kind of like under construction? We can go in where your like living room would be, and like set up a thing in there, and that's where we can do like a man cave kind of thing.
Yeah.
We
And
could
do
also
that.
do it in the bathroom down there.
Well, yeah,
it's
because
pretty
it has
spacious in there.
it has walls.
And it's got one seat in there already.
But I'm saying like we can just set up something temporarily until you guys like finish it, and then like you get
Yeah.
couches and stuff, and that's what we can do.
Or if we want to get really creative, in the living room, we could almost make like a fort. and,
Well-
and just build it the same way every time.
Yeah. And- okay.
Hey, you gotta think outside the box sometime.
Yeah, I
To
was
get
just trying to
inside
give
the
more of
box.
like a plain background.
Those blankets.
Okay.
It's the late night or the late podcast, you know.
I looked up the late podcast the other day, and I saw so many the late night like things, and I was like, thank God we did not put the late night podcast,
Right.
Because I saw so many that were just like the late night something, the late night this, the late night that. I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh my God.
Right.
And then I saw the one that you see them mainly when you look it up is the late talk show or
Yeah.
something. I was like, wow. It was starting to make me think like, should we change the name of the podcast?
Right.
Because I know you can go back into YouTube and adjust the like the titles.
Yeah.
So, but that wouldn't help because all of our intros are welcome back to the late podcast, you know?
Yeah.
So, but it would be cool. Like, I was thinking, like, man, should we really change this name? But then I started looking up ideas of what I was going to do, like, for the boys podcast. And then I looked it up, and there was, like, 15 of those. And I was like, yeah, we can't do that. So I was
Tell
trying
me
to
we
think of
should.
something unique.
Should have just went with Krusty Carnations.
If
Yeah, but that doesn't seem.
It's the ice machines.
Okay,
So,
I was gonna
you-
say this. I'm knocking on the door, but I was gonna say Krusty Carnations. I don't feel like someone wants to go like, "Hey, yo, have you ever heard the podcast Krusty Carnations? Yeah, you should probably go watch that." Yeah, they'll probably remember the name, but they'll probably be like, "I don't want to watch that podcast."
It's a funny name. They'll be like, what the hell? They go watch it. They enjoy it. Next thing you know, it's a running joke.
I mean, yeah, but
Gotta
I
think
feel like this is
long-term.
more like under not under the radar, but like easygoing, like oh, late podcast, like yeah, like you can listen to it, like it comes out late at night and it goes with the theme, you know.
And it's a podcast.
Right. So it's really easy to like understand, rather than Krusty Carnations and then we have nothing going to it.
Strange liquid falling on a flower.
Right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That'd be an easy graphic that Matt could probably hook up on Photoshop.
I don't want to see that graphic.
What could fall on a flower?
You know, but I've heard of one podcast. It's called like The Coffee Show or something. And when you were like coffee, like in our intro, I was like, I know one podcast. So I was hoping you didn't want to call it like the coffee.
Still working
podcast or
on it,
something.
but you know, it's a start.
Make that capital.
Yeah.
That was a capital.
But I was like,
Yeah,
I
it's
hope
a
he doesn't
capital,
want to
it's
call
fine.
this the coffee podcast or something. And then we just started brainstorming. We got it. But
Well, there's a bunch of things that's like the coffee this, the coffee that, coffee this. Like how SiriusXM has the coffee shop.
right, exactly. And I just didn't want to pull off of that because so many people do that.
Right.
So I mean, so many people do the late something too, but
Could have done like
we're already stuck in it.
HMJ's hard coffee.
Right. You know, we could have done like that, something with our names. But it would have been so difficult to think of that because like Bert has his individual podcast of the Bert Cast.
Yeah,
Logan Paul has his own podcast called like Impulsive, which is a play off of his
Paul.
last name, Paul. So it's like so many people still do that, but that makes it so unique because that is their name. But I'm like, we can't center like we are a 2-3 person podcast. I mean, our first episode was just you and me, but the rest throughout then was the three of us. So how are you supposed to name a podcast off of just one person when it's
Right.
about all three of us?
Yeah.
You know, so it's hard.
HMJ's hard coffee.
Yeah, but we're stuck.
Right.
Or we could go back to rip off a movie that a lot of great actors were in back in the 70s. Hogan's Heroes.
or we can go the Hunter Hogan Experience. Yeah, that's called the Joe Rogan Experience.
That's
But it
just
was
an Instagram.
but it was something before that, right?
Joe, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
I don't think Joe's listening.
If
But
he ever does.
If he ever does, yes, you are sorry.
Laying on his bed, high in DMT, listening to it.
Alex Jones
Jones
is
is
probably
on the
just
line.
like, who is this Hunter guy? We gotta find him and make sure he doesn't steal your name and branch it off to some alien country.
But what was it before Joe Rogan did it? Who you said it in one of our earlier podcasts?
Jimi Hendrix had an album called
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Oh, okay. That's he said it, not you.
Yeah.
And I think it was on the episode with Paul that we talked about that.
Yeah.
But
I didn't mean to open Jake's.
but I think we're gonna end it up here. So, you want to take the lead on that?
Yeah. All right, everybody. Oh, here in my throat. Sorry. Jesus. All right. All right, everybody. Sorry about that. So we're gonna end it here today. Feel like it was a pretty good episode. Working on some stuff right now, and we'll see you guys on Thursday.
All right. Peace out. See you guys later.
See ya.